When we think of serial killers, we often imagine cold, calculating men. But what if I told you that some of history's most ruthless murderers were women, disguised as housewives, nurses, and caregivers? Between 1800 and 1899, these women poisoned, strangled, and drowned their way into the darkest pages of history. Today, we uncover 5 of the most notorious female serial killers of the 19th century, and trust me, their stories are far more disturbing than fiction. 1. Mary Ann Cotton, the Black Widow of England, 1832-1873. Our first killer comes from Victorian England, Mary Ann Cotton, a woman who turned death into profit. She was charming, polite, and always wore black. But behind that modest smile was a monster. Mary Ann poisoned her husbands, her lovers, and even her own children, all for insurance money. Investigators believe she killed up to 21 people, most with arsenic slipped into their tea. When she was finally caught, she coldly declared, "I shall not be sorry to go." She was hanged in 1873. Her last victim, ironically, was herself. 2. Delphine LaLaurie, the Monster of New Orleans, 1787-1849. High society, elegance, and horror, all hidden behind the walls of Madame Delphine LaLaurie's mansion in 1830s New Orleans. To outsiders, she was a respected socialite. But when a fire broke out in her home, rescuers made a horrific discovery: enslaved people chained, mutilated, and tortured in secret rooms. The public stormed her mansion in fury, but LaLaurie escaped, vanishing into history. Some say she fled to Paris. Others claim her ghost still haunts the ruins of her mansion, where the walls remember every scream. 3. Amelia Dyer, the Angel Maker, 1837-1896. Next is perhaps Britain's most prolific female killer, Amelia Dyer, the so-called Angel Maker. In Victorian England, unwed mothers were desperate to hide their pregnancies. Dyer offered to adopt unwanted babies for a fee, but instead of care, she gave them death. She strangled hundreds of infants with white tape and dumped their bodies into the River Thames. Police estimated she may have murdered over 400 children, making her one of the most prolific serial killers in history, male or female. Her final words before hanging: "I have nothing to say." 4. Belle Gunness, the Butcher of Men, 1859-1908. Norwegian-born Belle Gunness moved to America for a new life. But what she really built was a farm of death in LaPorte, Indiana. She lured wealthy bachelors with lonely hearts ads promising love and a new beginning. They arrived with money and were never seen again. When her farmhouse burned down in 1908, investigators found dozens of bodies buried on her land, each carefully dissected and buried like livestock. Some say Belle faked her death in the fire and vanished. Her body was never positively identified. 5. Jane Toppin, Jolly Jane, the Killer Nurse,